Lexus has just teased an all-new F Sport model. Today, we'll dig into what this new model could be and what's under the hood. Special thanks to Lexus enthusiast and Mike Forsyth for today's breaking news content. And make sure to head over to Mike's YouTube page. I've been following him for a couple years now. He's always producing excellent content on Lexus. And let's dive into this image shared to us on the new F Sport model. Here it is. All right. So what can we gather from this image? Well, obviously an F Sport badge. This is an engine cover, and it's covered by what looks to be carbon fiber reinforced plastic. It could just be plastic, but what engine could this be? Well, this is the exact same engine cover, or at least we're assuming it is, based off of this right here. Okay, this is the same 2UR GSE 5-liter V8, ranging with anywhere from 467 horsepower in the RCF and GSF to 471 horsepower in the LC500. They give it one more horsepower in the RCF Track Edition. And this is the engine from the Japanese gods that really we never want to see go away. It sounds like it's from pure heaven, and it performs just as admirably as it sounds. Now going back to the image, we're assuming that this is the 2UR GSE 5-liter V8. This can't go into every single Lexus model. We're not going to see it on a TNGA-K platform, which is a front-wheel drive based platform such as the RX, the upcoming RX, the upcoming NX, and the current ES. We're not going to see a V8 dropped into those platforms. So that leaves two potential options. Could it be a truck based like a GX or LX? Well, I'm going to go say no, because we are going to assume that the new LX coming out potentially this winter, so December 2021, that's going to have a twin turbo V6, more than likely. And for the GX, it's not even worth talking about. Lexus doesn't like updating that model, as you guys know. So that leaves the cars. Well, the LC 500 already has this engine, and this is what the engine cover looks like. A little bit different, similar materials that it's made out of. And while we would all love to see an F Sport of the LC, what would that add? I don't know, an extra 10 grand on the price on a low selling car. And they already ditched the V8 and the LS. And I don't see them bringing the V8 to that LS unless it's like a twin turbo V8 and an LSF, not an F Sport, but a full blown F. And the RC already has this engine, so that leads us really only to the IS. And that's the only car I really can see getting this new F Sport model. And it's interesting. We've only seen this 5-liter V8 in F models or the LC before. We've actually seen it in the IS with the ISF that was discontinued in 2014. So bringing the 5-liter back to the IS here in 2021, it does make sense if they call it an F Sport, because there hasn't been enough changes on the IS to make it an F. It is totally the spiritual successor of the ISF, but I'm almost 100% positive this is going to be the IS 500 F Sport. Townsend Bell insinuated that they're going to be bringing an IS with higher updated engine, I should say, to the IS when they unveiled the newest refreshed IS.
Yeah, you know, I can't really talk about what is or what isn't coming down the pipeline, but we're constantly listening to our guests, taking their feedback, and you never know what we might see in the future.
So to all you guests out there, get the feedback coming in. Let's ramp up the analytics on that for Lexus so they build one. Only thing I want to know is if it does come, can I drive it first?
Well, you can be second in line behind me.
All right.
How's that? Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay.
So it's going to be the IS 500, almost positive. So what else can we deduce from this image if we say this is the IS 500 with a 5-liter V8? Well, going to be rear-wheel drive only as well. I don't see them making an all-wheel drive version of this car, even though it would be amazing. It's just not going to happen. And that means the transmission is going to be the 8-speed automatic transmission. Not all that much different, guys, than the exact same setup we had in the ISF. Rear-wheel drive, 8-speed auto, 5-liter V8. This one has, of course, just a little bit more horsepower. 60 horsepower more or so than the ISF that ended in 2014. Lexus Enthusiast is saying that this vehicle will be unveiled soon. So hopefully in the next month or so. And I think it's perfect timing. Lexus is trying to counterpunch against the TLX Type S, to be honest. That vehicle's supposed to be out this spring. We haven't heard a whole lot about the developments of the Acura TLX Type S. We know that it's got a 3-liter turbo with 355 horsepower. My guess is that car is going to be around $60,000. Now, how much would this vehicle cost? Well, it's not going to be cheap. I'm guessing 70,000 absolute minimum, but I'd love to be wrong. I'd love for it to be less. But a 5-liter V8 returning to the IS, hopefully it's this year. Hopefully, guys, could you imagine a comparison against the TLX Type S? 100 horsepower down, but it has all-wheel drive versus this IS, pretty much an ISF of old, just with new body cladding. Really, that's what it comes down to. And I know the ISF was based on the 2nd generation IS, and this one is based on the 3rd generation. But guys, I'm gonna leave it there. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm right or wrong about the IS 500 getting this new F Sport? I think it's exciting for Lexus that they're not abandoning their performance. They need to have some sort of excitement in their brand when it comes to performance. They've all but left the F brand to weather and die, and giving some exciting options to the F Sport is unique because typically the F Sport's only been like an appearance package. There are some cases with the GS and I think the LS F Sports where they've had bigger brakes. And we also know that adaptive variable suspension is available in a lot of the F Sport models, but rarely do we get an F Sport that has a performance improvement when it comes to engine output. And guys, this F Sport could be breathing some fire back into the Lexus performance division that is F. And I'm going to leave it there. If you made it this far in the video, smash the like button, subscribe. We're almost at 100K. I'd love to bring you guys with me to 100K and beyond. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much, Mike and Lexus enthusiasts, for helping me out on this. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. And peace out.